Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing a build for the god Guan Yu in Smite, and you can see I have the builds completed in the bottom left corner, and I'm calling this the Green Guan build, or also Protector Guan, however you want to call it. But this is going to be a build mainly for a support type role. You'll notice if you look at the builds, there isn't much offense on it. There's really no damage in it at all, and it's going to be more supporty base, which I think works with Guan Yu because his heal is mainly meant for mid to late game support, and I think that's just really how he should be played. Of course, it would be good to maybe change up a little of these items, but I want to go with that theme of the Emerald Tree and using a lot of these items that no one's picking up, but I think actually have good synergy with each other. I think um, if you get those emerald items together, they're a lot stronger. I think if you don't get them, at least one or two of the, two or three of them together, then you are probably going to suffer a little bit because they don't fit in with a lot of these other builds that solo laners and supports are using. Because health sustain really just doesn't seem to be very popular, nor does HP5. HP5 is probably one of the most underrated stats in all of Smite. People don't really care about HP5 as much because they want damage and they want mana and they want cooldown, and so it's like, why get HP5 when I need all these other things? But I think putting that together and making for like a super kind of like passive healing god that not only does he have an ability that helps him heal, but he also has so much HP5 in his kit that he's going to constantly be healing. It makes him for, again, a great like protector type of character. And his heals are just gonna be very strong. And he has two items in this build, Sovereignty and Heartward Amulet, that are going to give other aura support. So he's just kind of like this source of health and strength for his team. And I think that's what the theme of this build really is. So we're gonna go into a little bit so you can see how well we're going to do against this Raw. Of course, I don't have teammates that I can heal in this jungle practice, so you're not going to be able to see that, but you will be able to see how much healing I'm doing on myself and how much HP5 I'm going to be getting with this build, which is going to be quite a lot. So we'll go, and first of all, I want to take a little bit of damage from Raw, so we can see how much HP5 we're actually talking about. You can see he's hitting me, and it's doing, obviously he's level 20 with no items, but my health is just not moving. And that's how it's going to be late game with this build. You're going to be unstoppable. Of course, you're not going to be doing damage, but it's kind of, depends on how you want to play it. And I think with Guan Yu, with his heal, you're really there to heal. That's all you're going to be there for. You don't really need to do damage. You're going to have other people on the team who do that, especially if you play support Guan Yu. That's really what you're there for. So unfortunately, we can't do much against this Raw. So we're going to just kill him real quick and then go to the Fire Giant. So hopefully that'll help so he gets a little damage, because right now Raw's not doing any damage on him. So we'll go check that out. So just to talk about the items again, in case you don't know them, we have Reinforced Greaves, which is a good kind of tanky item for soul laners to give them more health sustain early. Then we go into Stone of Gaia, not a very popular item, but it did just get buffed. That gives you HP5 and MP5, as well as 350 health. And then Genji's Guard is great for Guan Yu because it gives him the passive, allows him to get lower cooldowns on his abilities, which allows him to heal even more. So we're going to go to this Fire Giant, and look, he's going to be doing damage, but I'm going to gain it right back real quick, as you can see here. And then I just use my heal, and I have Gauntlet of Thebes, which means I'm going to heal for a whole lot. So I'm probably not going to be able to kill this Fire Giant, but you're going to see, like, it's going to take him a while. I also have, obviously, Meditation, just to add on to it, just to stack up that healing as much as possible. And I'm going to pop my shell as well. And, of course, I have pretty good cooldown on this build. What I was thinking about doing is replacing Gauntlet of Thebes, since that item really is not very good. Replacing that with maybe Breastplate of Valor or Joan's Wrath, even, if you wanted to do a little bit more damage. But you see, I'm taking, again, this has been 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe, and the Fire Giant still is not going to kill me. So he's going to be able to survive almost every team fight without any trouble at all, really. And again, with the Genji's Guard, you're going to get that heal even more often, which is going to be really, really great. And so before he kills me, I'm going to pop out And you see, I healed myself for 211 there, um, which is, I mean, that's a lot of health. I have 3,400, so that's a good chunk of my health there. And of course, standing in the fountain, I get more health as well. Um, but that's a quick look at the build. So we'll go into the stats, so you can see what we're dealing with. So the MP5, we have a whole lot. So our mana is going to be very strong too, because a lot of these items in the Emerald Tree, they added on MP5. This has been fairly recent because literally no one was picking these up. So they're like, oh, we have to add MP5 to help out. So we got the HP5 and the MP5. Our HP5, if you look at the bottom there, is almost at max. It's at 85. So he's just going to be very, very hard to kill. And it's kind of, you know, there's always this decision you have to make as a support player. Do you want to build more protections or do you want to build more health? And I think with the Emerald Tree, if you're going to go in that health direction, you kind of have to go all in. And I think that's why these items, again, don't get picked up. You have to go all in and get a bunch of HP 5 in order to get the sustain you really need, because Stone of Gaia is great. It's actually a great early game item, but late game, it's not going to matter as much because you need those protections. So if you really want to survive late game without having many protections, and the only protections we have, well, actually we have a lot of protections. In fact, we have Heartward Amulet, Sovereignty, and Genji's Guard. Um, and we also have a lot of health on this item as well as this. So we're gonna have a lot of health, good amount of protections, and HP 5. We're gonna be very, very tanky. So if this is the type of play you like to do with Guan, I definitely like to play him in dual lane a lot. I think this build will work for you, even though it has items that aren't super popular. I think it will work for you. So give it a try. Let me know what you think about it. I would love to hear your ideas if you think this is good. Maybe other gods that this would work for. Let me know. And that is it. That is the green Guan build. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.